Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? All right, man. So Darmani Rock and Michael Polite Coffee is next. Spencer just got a nice knockout, man, against former heavyweight titleist Bruce Seldon's son. Got him out of there in the first round. But we are here for this heavyweight action, man. Although, Trevor Bryan and Stavern took place yesterday, man, this is the one I was really looking forward to, this fight right here. But I wish yesterday on that Don King card, it would have went a little bit differently. I wish that we would have seen Bryan versus Char, and I wish we would have seen Chris Lovejoy take on Stavern instead of Bryan versus Stavern last night. But we got what we got. His card didn't go to waste. And at least we did get to see Trevor Bryan in the ring. All right, haven't seen that dude in the ring in a long time, man. Since the footage that I seen when he beat BJ Flores a few years ago. All right, so it was good to see him. Let's see, James Coleman, what's up, man? Ready for this? This should be a good one, man. This fight right here should be a good one. Two undefeated American prospects on the come up. I like when these guys meet at this stage, man. You can't always milk everything. You're not guaranteed to make it a 25-0, 30-0. You know what I mean? So sometimes you got to get in there when you're 11-0, 15-0, 17-0 against guys with the same record and the same dream. And I like these type of fights, man. It doesn't mean your career is over with, So we seen guys AJ and White come up and fight each other when they before they were winning titles and all that. So I don't mind these type of fights, man. I like when they happen. Interesting matchup right here, maybe between Coffee and Darmani Rock, though, man. Coffee's a guy who's got pretty much all his experience from just being in camps, right? He's been in 5 Adam Konecki camps, a Big Baby Miller camp, Thomas Adamek, Marco Huck. He's been in Wilder camps, Travis Kaufman. He only had a handful of amateur fights. He's 34 years old, turned pro at 31, and was an amateur, I think, just for 1 year. He trained for about, I think they said like a month, and got in a tournament, won his first amateur fight by knockout, and ended up beating Nicole Solomon in the New York Daily News tournament. And Solomon was the #1 heavyweight at that time, super heavyweight, I'm sorry, at that time in amateur when he beat him. And shouts out to Nicole Solomon, man. He made his debut on a DAZN card, Matchroom 2018. He was on that card with Jesse Vargas, was fighting Delorme. Big Baby Miller fought Thomas Adamek that night. And Nicole Solomon actually lost his pro debut, man. They're putting a lot of hype behind him, man. So I want to see that kid back in the ring. But anyways, Coffee beat him, and then turned pro a year later. And it's funny the way he got into the Wilder camp. I heard him tell this story that he went to the Wilder versus Ortiz presser, and hey, Blood, it's on Fox. It's PBC on Fox, bro. It's on free. It's free TV, man. On Fox, bro. It's on Fox. But it's funny how Polite Coffee, they're doing the introductions right now for the Rock and Coffee fight right now. But it's funny how Coffee got into the Wilder camps. He went to the Wilder versus Ortiz presser to announce the fight for their first fight. He just walked up to JD's with his tape, like, hey, man, I want to get into y'all's camps. Now, Polite Coffee is a 6'5", 70-pound guy, so he's a big dude that's approaching you, showing you some footage of him. And Diaz was like, hey, man, I like your footage, but Ortiz a southpaw, right? Coffee said, oh, hold on, wait, I got more. He showed clips of himself fighting a southpaw stance, and that's how he ended up getting into Wilder camps. You know what I mean? So this is a dude that, getting it from the mud, man. As you see, they're showing here, he did 8 years, served in Marines. So he's coming out of that school of, guys those American heavyweights that was in the military. I remember Ken Norton was a Marine, Leon Spinks. I know Rocky Marciano was in the Army. All these guys honed their skills in the military. You know what I mean? So he's falling in that line of heavyweights trying to come out of that. Now, Darmani Rock, man, before we start here, he was a guy a little different, right? He only had about 50 amateur fights, but he won the IABA Youth World Championships in 2014. He actually beat what's the Russian kid that he beat, man? Peter Kadyrov. Kadyrov's in a lot of Anthony Joshua camps, and I think Kadyrov's about 10-0 right now. All right, but all right, the fight's about to start, man. And also, Rock was a national amateur champion, Golden Gloves, USA Nationals. He was Olympic hopeful in 2016, but I'm getting upset in Olympic trials. All right, here we go. Rock is 24 years old. Polite Coffee is Michael Polite. He's what, 34? You know, so here we go, man. I would give Rock the hand speed. I think he'll probably have the hand speed advantage. But here we go. Both guys take center ring. Darmani Rock flicked out a jab out there. Polite Coffee coming out in southpaw. All right, he's a switch hitter. He can go from right to left. Both guys look extremely dry. Sam Greer, what's good, bro? Bruce Gold, salute. War Jones 57. Yeah, I agree, man. Jared versus Eva is going to be a really good fight on February 13th. Oh, good left hand, little sneaky left hand by Coffee. Now both guys are, ooh, Coffee, little, you know, showing some little tricks, man, with his footwork on the inside right there. He did a little side step, but he didn't throw anything. But he showing that footwork that he can maneuver on the inside. Both guys showing a lot of respect to each other, man. Darmani Rock using that jab. Both guys are just using the jab right now, feeling each other out, man, trying to get each other to react to the jab, trying to find openings. I think Rock has a hand speed. You can see right there. I think his hand's a little bit quicker than Coffee's, man. But Coffee, for a guy that, you know, only took up boxing a few years, you know, a handful of years ago, man, he naturally athletic and he moves, you know, he has different little movements in the way he rolls with punches that look like somebody that's been boxing for a while, longer than just the 4 or 5 years that he's been doing it. That's one thing that I noticed. Coffee. Darmani Rock right now. Both guys not really doing much, man. Just a lot of posturing. And look, I'm not afraid to give these dudes just a even round. It's still a minute left, man. But both guys really not doing much. They're posturing and probing with jabs. Right now, let me turn this down, man. Salute to everybody that showed up. Right now, both guys are in a clinch. Renee Saucedo, what's good, man? Not much going on, you guys. Just both guys just probing and sticking with their jabs, looking for openings. A lot of respect right now. Two undefeated fighters, you know, they're in there with somebody that's not coming to lay down. Somebody that's not trying to find a soft spot on the canvas after they take a good right hand or left hook. Nice left hook attempt by Coffee. Right now, he's an orthodox. So he went from southpaw to orthodox. I'm not sure if he sees something or he's trying to get a better look or he's trying to just, good jab by Darmani Rock right there. Or if he's trying to just give Darmani a different look and make him think. I'll probably edge it to Rock if I had to give somebody a round, but really not much going on. That's going to be one of those rounds, what they call a swing round. You can give it to either guy, man. Not really much going on in that one. Yeah, Sam, I agree. Definitely a hard round to score right there. That's one of those, you know, 9-9 or 10-10 or something like that. But yeah, man, I hope some of the other American heavyweights kind of follow suit with this, man. And they will also want to get in the ring and fight each other. You still got some other guys out there. And I'm talking about guys that are not at the Wilder, and, you know, not, or even at a level like Hunter or Charles Martin. But you still got guys out there like Jermaine Franklin, Stephen Shaw. Jared Anderson is getting in there with Kingsley eBay. So that's a good matchup right there. Cassius Chaney still out there. Trey Lippy Morrison. I'm not sure what Trey is doing with his career. He still is 15-0 with the 15 knockouts. I know he's been battling injuries, but definitely like to see those guys get in there, man. Yes, last I checked, Renee, Darmani is promoted by Rock Nation. I know at least that's who he signed to when he turned pro. So I'm not sure, but I know that's who he signed to when he turned pro. My man, Retro said Retro Boxing. Documentary says, damn, I didn't realize the under actually started. I missed the first fight. All right, round number 2. And according to CompuBox, which you can take that for what it's worth, they say that Coffee landed 14 punches in the first round and rocked 3. All right, and I ended up giving the damn round to rock. So this is one of the weird rounds. All right, so round number 2, nobody's really put their foot on the gas. They still like they respecting each other, man. Just probing with the jab. Nobody's really thrown a significant shot. Coffee's coming down in southpaw, remember? Or right? I'm sorry, yeah, he's in southpaw. Remember, he's a switch hitter. He go from righty to lefty. He just attempts a overhand right in the left that just missed. Look like Coffee may take the approach of trying to pot shot from the outside. You would think these guys will want to make a statement, man. Good body shot right there by Darmani Rock. Willing to see if this fight will go to the inside, because I've seen Coffee in some of his fights, the fights that are here on YouTube. He can work on the inside. I know he likes to throw that left hook to the body and shoot that left uppercut upstairs, kind of like the combination Mike Tyson used to do. Good little combination right there by Darmani Rock, a left and a right. Coffee trying to work that left hand to the gut of Darmani Rock. Now they're in the clinch. And right here, you would think the ref's letting him work. Is that Reese, that Jack Reese? Reese letting him work. He's not breaking him up. This is what I was just talking about a second ago about them fighting on the inside. And it looked like Coffee just dropped Rock with some short shots, with some short uppercuts. He dropped Darmani Rock. Yes, or does he know he's counted as a knockdown?
That was a knockdown.
No, he counted as a slip.
Oh, but it was a knockdown. It should have been counted as a knockdown.
Man, watching this with the sound off, I'm not sure if somebody slipped or what. But it looks like Darmani Rock wants to hold on the inside right now. And it looks like he is hurt.
He caught him with those
Look at his feet.
Yeah,
look at his legs.
He caught him with those
Look, that wasn't counted as a knockdown by Jack Reese, but those short shots have taken effect to Rock. His legs look his legs don't look right now.
Nah, he is.
I don't know if Coffee sees this. I'm not sure if Coffee sees this, or is he trying to just take his time and maybe see something different. Right now,
Jones said it was a low blow. D-Style gave you a $2 super chat.
I appreciate that $2 holla from D-Style. But man, I got the he says,
why do so many of the heavyweights nowadays look fat and flabby?
Yeah, a lot of them do, a lot of them don't. It's just, I don't know, man. You know, a lot of them do, a lot of them don't. But a lot of people tell me all the time, but Mr. Boxing, athletes today are bigger, faster, and stronger. You know, so I always scratch my head at that. But some of them look like that, but then you got some guys that look like Brian Jennings, that look like Joe Joyce, like Deontay Wilder, and Anthony Joshua. So there's a plethora of other guys that do look the part, you know, but there are a handful of guys that, you know, are coming in flabby. But that's pretty much in every era, man, you know, had its fair share of flabby fighters, you know. But back to that round, though, man, those shots on the inside look like they were hurting Rock.
Yes, they hurt him.
Somebody said it was a slip. Did somebody in the chat say it was a slip?
A low blow.
A low blow?
Yeah, a low blow.
Well, shit, his legs must not be right, because even when Rock got up, his legs didn't look all right.
Yeah, you're right. D-Style said, dudes love handles touching the mat. Laughed my ass off. And War Jones says, because you flabby don't mean you're not good.
Oh, of course,
Darmani
of course.
needs to restrict his diet.
I mean, but Buster Mathis Sr. was a really good fighter. He fought flabby James Toney. All right, round number 3. And Rock is coming out aggressive. He is like, you can tell he is pressing Coffee against the ropes, but Coffee is still calm. Good uppercut by Coffee. Another uppercut by Coffee.
He down.
He called Darmani Rock with an uppercut.
He on his
The kid
ass.
is hurt. I knew them uppercuts from the inside was doing something. I knew that from the last round.
Is he gonna get up?
Is he gonna get up?
Is he gonna make
He's
it?
up. He's up. Come on, let the kid fight. Let the kid fight. Coffee, smooth operator on the inside. Jack Reese gonna let him fight. Look how calm Coffee is for a guy who's only been fighting for a handful of years. Good body shot by Coffee. Good left hook by Coffee.
He down again.
He is killing him with these left hooks from the orthodox position.
His fucking hands up. Rock has to keep
Darmani
his
Rock
hands
don't want
up.
it. He don't want no more.
It's over.
Coffee, man. This dude can fight, man. A dude only got this many handful of fights. I gave you guys his backstory. The guy had about 2 weeks of training going into his first amateur tournament, 5 years ago. Wins his first amateur fight by knockout in the first round. Then in the next round, beats Nkosi Solomon, who was the #1 super heavyweight in the country at that moment. And this dude had 2 weeks to train for that amateur tournament, man. And then turned pro a year later and is gaining all his experience by being in training camps. I told you guys he's been in 5 Konaki training camps, a Big Baby Miller training camp, Thomas Adamek training camp, Marco Huck, a Deontay Wilder, and a Travis Kaufman camp, man. So 34 years old, natural athlete. Good left uppercut on the inside. You see how calm he stayed when Rock came out pressing him to try to assert himself. He tried pushing Coffee against the ropes, and Coffee just stayed calm on the inside. Very calm for a guy that you would think that, as far as his boxing years, a novice as a fighter. Very relaxed and comfortable on the inside, man. So I was impressed by that. All right, but hey, man, I wouldn't mind seeing this guy fight a Frank Sanchez or F.A. Ajagba, or shit, if you want to put him against a Brian Jennings or Gerald Washington on his comeback fight or something like that. Get to these comments, man. Retro Boxing Documentary says he dropped that bag of potatoes. Jesus M says Coffee dangerous. War Jones 57 says Rock kept knocking everyone out, though he didn't have to work on conditioning. And you know what? One thing about that, Roy, War Jones is Rock was concerning me with his weight ever since he turned pro. He was gaining weight at a rapid pace, man. And then his last fight, he actually lost weight for that fight. And I was like, okay, shit, finally, thank you. So this weight he came in tonight was decent for him. Still not where I think he should be. I think he should be around about that what he was as an amateur, around that 245-ish. Not this, what he came in tonight. Although tonight was a lot better than what I've seen him previously. But, man, that was a good uppercut on the inside right there. James Coleman says he probably done ran over these gunfights, ambush, so of course he's going to be calm. Yeah, with that damn experience as a Marine, he's going to have some calmness to him, man. And he told another crazy story. Shots like, was it Fight Hub TV? I think it was a Fight Hub TV interview he did the other day. He was telling a story about the whole way he even got into boxing was funny. But I guess when he was in the Corps, man, he beat up 3 dudes at one time. Maybe it's one of them stories that just keep gaining. They keep putting sauce on it as the years go by. But I guess he beat up 3 dudes in the Marines. And then his corporal was like, hey, man, I'm going to sign you up for boxing. Right? And then I guess he got into some type of altercation somewhere where he whooped somebody again. And then the corporal came up to him and said, hey, man, I signed you up for the glove tournament. You got 2 weeks to train. Ain't that crazy? So this dude, his whole career is pretty interesting, man, just to hear it.
Who was your pre-fight pick?
My pre-fight pick, it was a 50-50. I didn't have one, y'all. It was 50-50. Pay me no mind. What's good, bro? He says, what up, though? Out of Detroit. He says, Rock really doesn't care about his career. Nice look for Coffee. Yeah, I mean, with this weight, the only indicator that I can see it at is maybe the weight, especially to be that young. So I did give him the benefit of the doubt of losing some pounds coming into this fight. But the weight gain was really head scratching for me, man, as I've been seeing him gain weight gradually throughout his career. But those uppercuts on the inside tonight, man, was giving him hell. Retro says, Rock got a good pet. He gonna eat good tomorrow at the barbecue. That's 2 nights in a row, Blood. Trevor Bryan and them yesterday and Bermain Stavern. But I think I would say that Coffee carries his weight well. He doesn't look as out of shape. He carries it well, man. I would say that about his 270 pounds. Elusive, he got good hand speed. man, I keep saying this, man, but for a guy not to have that much experience, man, he's very calm and relaxed in that ring, man.
Mm-hmm.
And you get that type of you get that by going to these camps. I mean, you can be an amateur all you want to have 200, 300 fights and all that, and that's great getting that amateur experience and fighting in Poland and fighting meets out in Russia, and I get that. But there's nothing like training camp experience and being in a training camp with a guy that's a former world champion or a world champion, seeing how he prepares, seeing how he does things, seeing how his team take care of things, how they operate and take care of their body. So you get that experience by, you know, being in camps with Marco Huck and Deontay Wilder and Thomas Adamek and guys like that. So, but yeah, man, he's one of those military heavyweights, man, from the Ken Norton and Leon Spinks and Rocky Marciano. So we'll see how far Coffee goes, man. We'll see how far he goes. But for a guy to show up to pressers, going to pressers for heavyweight fights and bringing his tape to the pressers and showing whatever fighter it is that's going to need some help in their camps for sparring, and just to, you know, go right up to him without no team, without no manager that can do it for you. He going out there to these pressers himself, man, and wanting work and getting work from whoever has any openings for their camp. That lets you know the work ethic. The Boxing Store in 206, he says he's a true student. Marine, cat takes his craft serious. But hey, y'all, I just came on here, man, just to call this fight. I'm not going to talk y'all head off, man. I appreciate you guys joining me for this fight. It was a quick fight. It was a knockout. Ooh, good left hook. They're showing the replay. Good left hook. Rock just wasn't ready for that, man. He's just not ready. He got to take his conditioning a little bit better, or take his conditioning better and go back to the drawing board, man, work on that inside fighting and see where he wants to go from here.
How to keep his hands up.
My man Body Snatcher Vince up in here, he says, who was your pre-fight pick? I didn't have one, bro. It's one of them 50-50s. When it's 50-50, I really don't go with a pick. Or not when it's 50-50, when I can't really decide. D-Style says, if main event ain't heavyweight, Mr. Boxing don't give a fuck. Nah, I'm going to watch the fight, but I just don't feel like calling it, man. I'm definitely going to watch the Truax fight. I'm pulling for Truax, man. He's from my neck of the woods up here in Minnesota, so I'm going for Truax. But I think Plant going to put the whooping on him. Just athletic, younger, he got everything going for him, man. Craftier, elusive fighter. I like Caleb Truax. But I like Caleb Plant, but I'm pulling for Truax, though. Anthony Overton said, Coffee need a strength and conditioning coach. Body a little loose. Yeah, there's a little flab there, but not as much as Darmani Rock or some of the other guys that I've seen. Yes, Caleb is going to win. I totally agree. Hey, y'all, I appreciate y'all joining me, man. I'm going to get up out of here with The Wonderful Life of Bob J. I appreciate you showing up too, man. But y'all be easy. Retro 79, Retros for Life, 79 Boxing. I appreciate you showing up as well. Till next time, man, y'all be easy. I'm gone.